Chuki, how was your day? Thank you for being here.
My day has been fine. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Thank
just
you.
closed from work.
Oh,
Okay, now.
yeah, people outside the place. Okay. Mine have been okay as well. The weather has been good. I think, yeah, the first thing is weather. Well, at least it didn't rain today, so what is this?
Yeah. No chance of raining today at all. It's actually the weather has not been too bad, not too cold.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's been good.
yeah. Okay. Mary, are you here? You're still muted. No? Okay. I'm just gonna go on. Doctor, I sent you the mic. Please, if you don't mind, if you're here, if you could just take it. Sorry. I sent you the mic earlier. I'm gonna send it again. And doctor, I'll send yours again as well. If you guys don't mind to take the mic. Okay, so the topic of discussion today is the role of young people in shaping Nigeria's future. I bet most people would see this topic and be like, okay, what future are they even talking about? Does Nigeria have any future? Young people, will they kill themselves? Do they have the enabling environment to be able to, make any input? But then, because actually, when I saw the topic myself yesterday, these were the things that came to my mind, like what future does a young person has in Nigeria, and what can young people do? Are they not even doing more than enough at the moment? With all the hardship and all the circumstances that they have to face. But then I thought about it and I'm like, are we just gonna leave Nigeria like that? Something has to give. So that's why I'm like, okay, we'll go for that. Really, we'll all talk. I consider everybody, stakeholders as in this topic, whether you think you're not young enough or whether you think you're not old enough, to be young as well. I think we are all stakeholders at the end of the day, to our country. Chuki, what do you think, regarding the topic? Because you're the only one that has mic now anyway.
I mean, the role of young people.
Yes, yes, please.
The role of young people. If you're talking about the main role of the young people or the current role of the young people, the current role of the young people are they are used as machineries and they are used as tools to win elections. And after the election, they neglect everybody. So the youth are currently the thugs, they are currently the cultists carrying guns for our leaders at the moment. So that's their role at the moment. So not until we start getting proper change and proper people into leadership, it will not change. So that's what I basically see.
Yeah, so do you think that it is also part of the role of the young people to vote in the right people into leadership?
Well, it's part of their role, but to be very honest, the youth and the younger generation they really need a lot of education and sensitization because from what we are seeing at the moment, a lot of falsehood is spreading. The media has been captured, and the media is a very great tool to spread propaganda. So we really need to do, if we need the youth to be enlightened, we need to do a lot of work. We need to do a lot of work, grassroots work, because from Twitter and what you see on the street is not funny, to be very honest.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Hi, Diamond. Thank you so much for joining in. I will send you the mic because it's just a few of us. So I'm sending mic to everyone, and you're not obliged to accept it, but if you do, I would appreciate that, just so we all can be talking before we have more people join us. Thank you for your perspective, Chuki or Chucky. For me, actually, honestly, I think the young people in Nigeria are very, very unfortunate, because Nigeria is a country where, as a young person, you're just by yourself. Thank you for the thumbs up, Diamond. At least you heard me. So, Nigeria is a country where, as a young person, you're left to dry. Like you don't really have support, not from most young people don't have even support from their families, not to talk of having support from the country itself. So I think it's a tough one. It's a tough one for most Nigerians. I know just a few of us are probably born with a silver spoon. Their parents have prepared the grant for them, or their parents are able to maybe send them abroad, or just help them to kickstart in life. But then the majority do not have that opportunity. So you see that as a young person in Nigeria, you're struggling to even find your feet in life. Not to talk of, so most times the least of your worries would be how to move the country forward, or how to shape the future of the country. Like Chucky said a while ago about young people being used, um, especially when it comes to perpetrating evil during elections, and being used as thugs and things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's also it brings up the question, like, who are we looking up to? You know, who are the people that these young people are looking up to? That is the thing. What kind of foundation has been laid, for our young people? Which people are they emulating? That is it. The people that are using them against elections, are these people, are they the role models? Because if you grow up seeing that election ballots are being snatched, and then the people that do not want to snatch ends up losing the election, and the snatchers are the winners and the rulers of the country, then you're going to be thinking, okay, maybe that's the way to go. And you will also be anticipating and looking forward to the day you would be able to snatch your own box and become a leader. So I think the problem in Nigeria, personally, my thinking is multifaceted. It's not something you can just give a straight answer to say, oh, the young people have to do this or do that, because they have been the ground no even level for them to start with. Is it most of our young people are thinking about how they will japa, how they will live it. Most people are even thinking of the next meal, how to get the next meal to eat. Most people would end up just doing what they have to do, to be able to survive. And that is because of where the so-called elders has put the country, the situation that they have put us in. And Mary, the host, I don't know if you're here, or are you still struggling with your? I think she's still struggling, unfortunately. OV, I'll send you the invite again. Diamond, I'll send you the invite again. I just, sorry, somebody was.
Yeah, I'm the one speaking. Hello.
Okay, Mary. So now you have the mic. Mm.
Yes, I have the mic, but the network is really, really terrible. It's part of the problems we face as youth in Nigeria. It's also terrible. Okay?
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, ordinary Wi-Fi that is probably one of the cheapest things, that one can
Yeah.
afford in a month. Is you pay for it, you don't even get the service that you paid for. So I can understand when you say it's part of the problem. So Uzamaka, thank you for joining in. I'm gonna give you the mic like I'm giving to everyone else. If you don't mind, please accept it, just so we all can have can be talking before, while we wait for more people to join in. The host is having a problem with her network. Uzamaka, I just sent you the mic. So, like we said, the topic is the role of young people in shaping Nigerians' future. As pessimistic as I may have sounded, I also believe that Nigeria do have a future, and that we all need to do what we can in building that future. Is it going to be easy? No, I don't think so. But then we can't just give up on our country. We don't have anywhere else to go. We don't have anywhere else. Only Niger we get to. At the end of the day, home is home. Ozamaka, I see you have the mic now. I know you just came as well. So, what are your thoughts regarding the role of young people in shaping Nigeria's future?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pen Agency, and Mrs. Nkechi, and everyone on this space. The role of young people in shaping Nigeria's future. The young people, of course, they say they are the future and leaders of tomorrow and the future of every organization, every nation, every tribe, every kindred. The future are the youths. And so they have a lot to play in shaping the future of Nigeria, just like they also have a lot to do in also destroying the country the more. Because we can talk about this from the light of the human society. People are born, people grow, the old ones die, and you find out that what becomes of the society lies on the young ones. So automatically, in shaping the country, the young ones are the mantle lies on them. The tax is on the young ones, and I am an idealist. That is my own philosophical stand. I believe in ideas, and when they say ideas rule the world, not just ideas, but ideas that are put into action, ideas that are given birth to. If it's just in the mind, then it's just with you. It has to be born. And most times before ideas are born, just like childbearing, it requires a lot. So first is that the role of young people in shaping the country. First is that the young people, they have to work on themselves, which makes us to have what we call quality young people. Need to work. It's only the young people that can do it. It's only the young people that can do it. The role they have is first to work on themselves, because we are just embodiment of what we think. We're embodiment of the ideas we hold. And whether we like it or not, whatever action we tend to manifest is already something that has been in us. It's just something that comes to play that we just give birth to in our actions, in our dealings with the other person, in our dealings when we are in the offices, in our dealings when we are in our closets and nobody is seeing us. It's just about the ideas. So the first thing is the young people shaping the country need to work on the ideologies. Whatever stand anybody has taken as regards the situation of the country today is based on the ideology of that individual. It is not solely on if the person has been bought or not. Before a person collects a bribe or sells his conscience, it means that there was something before that bribery came. Some of you might want to say that, situation of the country is what leads such people to do so. It's not so much the situation. It's so much about principles, holding on to principles and living by your principles. So the role of the young ones is to work on themselves, mental liberation, just like Bob Marley say, emancipation, mental emancipation, to self-liberation first. That is the role in shaping Nigeria's future. Self is not we need young people to go into politics and hold political posts. You can have young people who are old in mind. They are young, but they are ancient in mind. And when they occupy the political post, you see that nothing different from even what we are having now. So it's all about mental liberation first, and then follows participation in the affairs of the nation is very, very key. Yesterday I was just thinking. I said to myself that, oh, how painful it is that the white people are really, 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 they've dealt with us and they are dealing with us. I asked myself, when it gets to that point where all the mineral resources and natural resources, when they've been harnessed and taken away, what happens when the education of the system dies finally? What happens when the country becomes impoverished? And I said to myself, is it by even running away and going to other countries to stay? That's what I asked myself. I was asking myself that, wow, these guys are really, really exploiting us. Like, you come and like something we are supposed to be using for ourselves, then someone else is packing it. Invariably, they are trying to tell you that you are useless. That is, for me, that is what it means invariably. You are useless. You can't do anything. So for me, it's not about it's good because of the situation, we want to run away. And you see, they welcome us. But there is, at the long run, there is something they've already planned. You leave your country, you run away, of course, situation forces one, you leave your country because you're looking for a better life. Then when you run away, then the country itself is already getting bad and rotting. Then the time will come, like it's even happening, when they will start sending you back. That is when you now realize that, wow, look at what these people have done for us. So that is just it. For me, the first is mental liberation. That is how the young people, that is their role. And they have to participate in the affairs of the country, of the nation.
Uzama, I'll come. Yeah, thank you so much for your perspective. I have a few questions for you. I'll come back to you because I see that Chucky had his hand raised when you were talking. So, Chucky, do you have anything to say or any questions for Uzamaka?
Yeah, I think I have a question for him. The question is, do you believe with the way Nigeria is being run at the moment, do you think you can keep your values, you can retain those values I think they're trying to weaponize poverty and trying to weaponize everything in Nigeria. So at the moment, a lot of people they'll forget about their values. A lot of people will forget about their values when some things come on. When they bring some things on the table for them, they'll forget about their values because of hunger, because of the current situation of the country. So no matter how you hold your values to high esteem, there are sometimes. So that's why you see some people you won't believe they could defect. You see some people you would not believe that they could do some things they did because some people they are looking at their future and they have no choice than to do whatever they have done. So that's what I think. Oh, that's what I just feel.
Yeah, it's a bit similar to what I was going to ask Uzamaka as well, because you were saying that that young people should participate not only in governance, in also making the shaping the future of the country. But I was going to ask Uzamaka, do you think that the young people have the enabling environment to be able to do all this?
Okay, I'll start with the question from Mr. Chucky. In the bid to safeguard your future, like I said, I'm an idealist, and secondly, I most time look at the long run. In the bid to secure your future, like you said, Mrs. Nkechi, finally it is our home, whether we like it or not. For example, I am first an Igbo man. I'm first from the Igbo race before I'm in Nigeria. And whether we like it or not, that word Nigeria has bonded everybody together so that whatever exploitation and manipulation is going round across. So whatever destruction that is happening everywhere. And you cannot just exist. You exist because you belong to a people. Now, yes, at the moment, it seems as if you are securing your future, you are giving yourself a future. And speaking like this, I'm not saying, okay, individual, like an individual goes to secure his future. Now, I'm talking of an individual belonging as a member of a society, a member of a people. So we in the bid of securing, maybe you engage in all these shady things. Yes, because of course they've weaponized hunger, they've weaponized everything. Now in the bid of securing, you see that it now leaves, you feel like you are liberated, but when you look at it holistically, it's going round. Even when you think that, oh, my family has been liberated, it is going round. It is going round. Even if it doesn't affect your generation now, it is affecting the family. That is why the white man, in a sense, when they talk of legacy, I'm not trying to exonerate them from their manipulations they did, but legacy, they look at the future. Whether you safeguard your family now, your family is tied to the future of the family and even to the past of the family. There is a bond. And so even when, for me, I can speak for myself, there is no amount of money any shady politician will give to me, even given my situation at the moment, that I will never collect it. It's an ideology. I'd rather die poor. I'd rather die in hunger. I'm not saying this thing because maybe I was born with a silver spoon. No. I have seen things. I've seen things. Even my siblings, even my twin brother, I have seen things in life, and I didn't venture into anything. I took charge of my life, even in the midst of the hopeless economy. I took charge of my life. So it is not enough to say, hey, I did this because of hunger. It's not an excuse. It's not enough. We all have a capacity. So that's why I said for myself, it's all about the ideology and holding to that. I say it's not just ideology, giving birth to ideology. And when you see the white man, they talk about legacy, the future. They don't just talk about now. So that is it. It's not, you think you are saving it, but if had it been people hold this type of ideology I'm talking and they give birth to it, I'm telling you at a point, the chain will be broken. This chain of rascality, this chain of corruption, this chain of behaving like a beast. Now, that's what we see around in our governance and everything. You see old men behaving like children. At that point, had it been there was a break, like a lot of people just become, at that point, they break it. I'm telling you, you won't be here talking about it. Had it was done by our supposed fathers, I don't think we'll be talking about it. Anything we are experiencing now, people ask me, how did you get to this place? I don't say, if you are asking how we got to this place, that it means that you were really not living. You were just existing. Because if you were living, you would have witnessed the transition on how we. So you don't ask me how we got to this point. And I'm not surprised we are in this point. If you're a Nigerian and you're surprised you are in this situation, then you have a question to answer.
Okay, this is
So
an
it's not
honest
that.
question. So how do you think we got here, please? Because
How
I
we got
can.
here?
Yes.
Okay. How we got here is um how would I put it? Like a circle is a circle of corruption, and when it gets to me, I say to myself, I beg, let me just eat my own and clean mouth and continue. Look at it deeply. This is how we got here. It goes like that. It comes to this person. This person forgets that, oh, he's a Christian. He forgets the value of his religion. Let me just collect my family first. Is how we got here. Is how we got here. You know, circle is a circle. Then it goes like that. And you know, one thing with evil and bad habit is that, you know, when you give it when you give it a free hand, it begins to feel like so pompous. That is one thing with it. Like if you don't stop it at, there's something Igbo people used to say. They say, remove the hand of a monkey from soup before it becomes a human hand. What is bad is bad. You know, every decision as a person I take now, in my myopic view, I feel it is just me. Like it's affecting me, it's my world, it's my life. It's not your life, oh. Because the way the human person is built is such that the human person is built in such that you can't live your life. That's what people don't know. You can't say it is my life. It is not your life. Whether you choose to influence or not, you are influencing. And if you take an action, even in your closest, when you look at it deeply, it is affecting, or it will affect the next person. It could be your unborn children. It could be, you know, people around you. There is how evil has its way of spreading. It spreads. It spreads. It spreads. And that is why if you don't cut it on time, even individually, you see yourself, it becomes an habit. For example, it says something you do and you know it's wrong. You don't do anything about it. You just allow it. Before you know it becomes an habit, you can't cut it again. So the way we got here is like it's a circle. It got to this person accepted. It got to this person, it got to this person, it got to this person. Everybody's just collecting it like that, collecting it like that, collecting it like that, collecting it like that. And of course, it's now called, I call it exaltation and celebration of stupidity. Thinking is wisdom. And that is why if we see in Nigeria today, what is exalted, stupidity is more exalted. Stupidity pays. Stupidity pays. So that is how we got here. Because you won't tell me that when you look at antecedents as a country, that you expect something better in the future. It's not possible. It's not. It's not possible. So that is how we got here. It's not possible. The antecedents shows us that this is where we are going to land. So that is it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Uzamaka, for that analysis and for answering my question. I mean, listening to you is making a lot of sense when you say, so people thinking, oh, it's my turn, okay. So which means we are all watching other people do bad stuff in Nigeria, and everybody is hoping, well, it will soon get to when it eventually gets my turn, maybe I'm gonna do worse or even do my own. It's part of the problem, actually, which it's like a vicious cycle. We just keep recycling, the evil round around. People will not talk. People, and probably that's why we seem to be very docile with everything going on at the moment, and just people thinking, okay, make them they do now. When it reach my turn, me too, I go do my own. Oh, it's very unfortunate. Host, are you here? Mary, are you here with us? Okay, Mary is still struggling with her network. I'm sure she will talk when she comes back in. Thank you, everyone who is here. This is Pen Agency News. Well, I'm just a co-host, but Pen Agency News is struggling with their network. That's part of the thing I was talking about earlier with our dear country, Nigeria. It's crazy, because things like Wi-Fi is something that like it shouldn't be a problem. I know people spend a lot of money buying data in Nigeria, and you buy it, you won't even get the service, that you paid for. She's in Nigeria, the person handling the account, and obviously since she started the space, she's been struggling with her network. So it's not that she doesn't have data; she does have data, but where she is probably doesn't have enough coverage. That's part of the big problem. Okay, so like I said, I'm just a co-host. I've sent the mic to Ovi and Diamond again, but I don't think probably they do not want to speak. So our topic today is the role of young people in shaping Nigeria's future. And I was trying, somebody requested, yay, thank you. Thank you, Diamond, for requesting. I've just approved it. I don't know, the approval is not going. What's going on again now? Okay, I'm trying to approve it, Diamond. It's not going. I'll try denying. Maybe that would work, and then I will invite you to speak. I've invited you. Kindly accept it, Diamond. I did invite you just now. So that's it. Pen Agency News. We are an online news website, and we dwell on latest news in Nigeria. So kindly follow us. We do follow back. So if you check our page, you would see the percentage of our followership and the people following us. So it's one of our strategies that we do follow back everybody that follows us. So kindly follow us, and we'll definitely follow you back so that you can keep up to date with what's going on in Nigeria and around the world. Diamond, I don't know what has happened. Okay. I'm trying to accept your request, but it's when I click approve, it's not doing anything. But when I cancel works. I don't know. So I'm gonna cancel, and then Mary, you need to come back. Okay, no. It's not letting me. It's ridiculous. It's not letting me accept you. Okay, Mary, please accept Diamond quickly before you go out again. Mary, are you there? Okay. Mary, are you back? No, she's not. Okay. Diamond, I'm going to send you an invite to speak. Please watch out for it, and then you can accept. I've invited you. Please see if that invite came. No. Okay. Hopefully Mary would be able to join us. Yeah, Diamond, I see you're a speaker now. Thank you for accepting. So please, you have the mic. Oh no, I think he's struggling with his network as well. Diamond, I think you're struggling with your network as well, unfortunately. So I mean, this annoys me so much, guys. I'm so sorry. This internet thing, because it's crazy, with the amount of money that people spend on data in Nigeria, and you can't even just to join a space and speak. It's a problem. I find it so annoying. But oh
Can
well.
you hear me?
Yes, Diamond, I can hear you. You have the mic now, please.
Okay, I don't know what was actually wrong with the network and the acceptance and blah blah blah. I don't know, but thank God I can speak now. Good evening to everyone on the space. Can you hear me? Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are. We can all hear you.
Okay, so I'll just quickly, I don't have much to say, but this is just my own opinion and submission. The youths actually have they actually have a lot to play in the future of Nigeria to shape the future of Nigeria. But then, you see, the youths have, I don't want to say the youths have misplaced priorities. However, it seems to me that the youths have misplaced priorities because a lot of youths, number one, they are not even concerned about politics. They are not concerned about politics. And if you check, you'll see that some of the youths who are even into politics now only joined last year because of the emergence of Peter Obi. I'm talking about the obedience. So before then, youths before last year presidential election, most of the youths were not concerned about politics, and you can actually the youths can actually have much impact in the future, in making Nigeria great if the youths are not concerned about the political aspect of the country. So yeah, I think it's a gradual process. Like gradually the youths are getting involved into politics. Like someone like me, nothing concerned me about politics before. It was just last year that I decided to, okay, because of Peter Obi, let me also know what's going on in my country. Let me know the leadership, and let me know actually let me have some concern about the governance. So that was how I got into politics, and then getting to know one or two things about governance. So I feel like there are still a lot of youths outside there, a lot who needs to be sensitized, who need to be told about their role in making Nigeria great. I think it's not just one person thing; it's a collective effort, and most especially the youths, because I feel like if the youths actually know what they need to do, there are a lot of things that they should have done by now. I mean, when you look at the current situation in the country, uh, you don't expect those old men to rise up, right? You don't expect those old men to rise up to this bad governance because they are the one actually benefiting from it, right? So I feel like the people who are supposed to even rise up against bad governance are the youths. But then we see that in the midst of these hardship and everything, the youth still remain docile, and no one is even concerned about the situation. And I feel like no one even want to make an attempt to put pressure on the present administration to do the right thing. However, I don't want, like I said before, I don't want to blame the youths too much because as I'm talking to you, most of the youths are even thinking of how to leave the country. It's unfortunate because they have no choice but than to leave the country. As I'm talking to you, a lot are planning of leaving the country, and they feel like, okay, look, the economy is too harsh, I can't survive. And so they are looking for every single means, every single opportunity available to leave the country. They're not even thinking about do I need to join politics. They're not even thinking about the future of the country anymore. They just want to live and find a greener pasture where they can actually build their life. So that's just it. I don't know if there is any more thing that um any more thing that we can do or anyone can do to actually, because the fact still remains that until the youths rise up, Nigeria can never and will never make progress. I'm telling you, that's just the basic truth, because those ones in office, those elites and those old men, they don't care about this. They don't care about Nigeria. They don't care. They actually don't care, right? They are just there for their self, for their family, for their, as in like they are just there for themselves, the cabals. They just want to, enjoy and loot the country and loot the funds and embezzle everything. So they really don't care. So it is our responsibility as youth, as concerned Nigerians, to rise up and fight against this thing. But then you can see that the youths are still not ready, and as long as we are still not ready, it's still going to take a long time for Nigeria to be great, for Nigeria to be better, because we are still the same people who can rise up and say, oh, look, enough is enough. We want to take our country back. We want Nigeria to be great. We want to benefit, like we want to benefit what people are benefiting outside, like in Europe. We want to have that same benefit. Instead of traveling outside the country and looking for greener pasture, why can't we have the same here as well? I mean, Nigeria is a blessed country. We have so many resources. If our leaders can actually do the right thing, I mean, Nigeria, no one needs to travel out of the country. So I don't know, but I feel like I feel like from the educated youths to the uneducated ones, there's a lot to be done. There's a lot to be done, most especially in the grassroots, in the villages, in the communities. Those ones, they don't even know nothing about governance. They don't know nothing about Nigeria. Like, they don't even care. So there's a lot to be done. Hopefully, I just hope that before 2027 general election, presidential election, a lot of things may have changed in the process, in the period of 3 years from now, towards the election. So let's just be hopeful. That's just all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Diamond. I really appreciate you taking the microphone when I offered it. But I have just a quick question, just that came to my mind while you were talking. Do you think that what happened with the NSAT, has affected Nigerian youths?
Okay, thank you. Today, when you tell a Nigerian youth that let's go out and protest, that answers still rings bell, right? It still rings bell in our ears. And so nobody wants to go outside and experience what they experienced during the NSAS. And that's a fear in a lot of Nigerian youths. I mean, a lot of people are scared of dying. There are a lot of NSAS protesters who are still in the prison as I'm talking to you. So a lot of Nigerians had that worst experience, and so they feel like Nigeria is a lawless country. Even though we go outside and protest, the least the government can do is to just send the armies on us. So they can just shoot at us, and then nothing will happen, just like what happened in the NSAS. So no one want to lose their life. Even parents are telling their children, parents are telling their children, don't go for any protest. You saw what happened during the NSAS. I don't want to lose you. So all this stuff are things that have prevented the youths from going out to protest, because I think if there was a time that people need to rise up and protest, I think this is the best time to do that, because everything has fallen apart in this country. But in as much as things are falling apart, people don't want to do that, because we are scared of what happened during the NSAS, and I don't have to blame anybody. I think the best thing is to look for other means. If there are other means we can use to send the message across to the governor, to the government, that we are not happy with what is going on in the country, I think that would make more sense. But if it's left for protest alone, I don't think that is going to happen. And then secondly, another thing also is, we are more divided now than before. there's no more that unity of purpose among the youth. You can remember that during the NSAS, there was this unity of purpose. We kept aside our differences, our religious differences, our tribal differences, our ethnic differences. We kept that aside, and we came out as one unit to fight bad governance, to fight NSAS. So, but now the division is very much, there is this seed of religious division, tribal division among us, and the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, so it's more hard now for people to come out and protest like before. So I don't know, but for the now, I'm not seeing that kind of protest that we had during the NSAS. I don't see that happening now, except I just don't see that happening now, because if such was to happen, I think it would have happened some months ago.
Yes, I share that sentiment as well. I personally think that NSAS really, really affected Nigerians, especially the youths. Nobody wants to go out there now. If what happened at the NSAS did not happen, who knows? People may have more motivation, especially when they remember, oh yeah, we pulled off NSAS, we can do this again. But then when one thinks a lot of lives were wasted during NSAS, and it practically virtually didn't achieve anything at the end of the day. I mean,
And there was no justice to these lives that were wasted. No justice at all.
exactly.
So
So I think that has really, really affected things. Uzamak, I see your hand up. You have the mic, please.
Okay. Can we all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and I guess others can as well.
Okay. And there was a question I was supposed to answer from you, Mrs. Nkechi. I don't know. Maybe after speaking about if there is an enabling environment for the youth to, to partake in the affairs of the country. I will get back to that. But I would like to say something. There was this movie I just finished called the Korea Khitan War. In that movie, you have a man, a general who was tired of the atrocities that
Uzamoka,
were
sorry,
happening.
I had to cut you short. Paul Joshua, I've been accepting your request, and I don't know why it's not working. I've also tried to add you as a speaker, so please be on the lookout and see if you can accept it. Thanks.
Okay, so in that movie, you have a general who was, wasn't at peace with the atrocities happening in the palace. And the king at that time was, a puppet placed in that kingdom, ruling and doing his will in that kingdom. So indirectly, he was where he is in his own kingdom and was ruling these people. Now, this man had to come up, sent the king, killed the king, the one that was able to kill the king and every vassals that were with him, killed them. He took the rightful person that was supposed to be on that seat and put the person there. At first, it was seen as a treason. After doing everything, he didn't sit on the throne. But later on, he was killed and he died. Now, this king that he, out of his own act, put there, was not the one that saved that kingdom from being a slave to the other kingdom. Now, why am I saying this? The way it is, whether we like it or not, I don't think with what is obtainable in the country, I don't think it's possible to have that country we want without the shedding of blood. Let us be factual. because it is a tussle. It is a power tussle. And when you taste power, they say you hardly want to give it up. And they say freedom is not given. You fight for freedom. You don't. Nobody comes to offer you like on a plate and gives to you and say, "Oh, okay, now be free." No, it is the nature of man to enslave. It is in the nature of man to enslave. It's so unfortunate. Yes, they've put that fear in us in the answers. They've put that fear in us. But I want to ask a question. Have we had in this country where there is a peaceful protest, where people have not been, tortured? Was the NSAS the first protest where people were killed? For me, I don't think it is. For how long I've been in this country, I don't think that was the first time that protests have been disrupted, that people were killed. I don't think so. The NSAS was just something that, because of its nature, it made a lot of noise. So whatever happened there, people became aware, even outside the country. But if you ask me if there have been protests that were interrupted and that wasn't the first one. Now, why did we have it, even if it wasn't the first one? The thing is this, for me, there is always somebody was there. I was always somebody. There's always a stretching limit for man. There's a point at which you'll be stretched and stretched and stretched. At the point you just have to turn and have to do something. Come to think of it, whether you are out there or in your house, people are dying. Even people that did not protest, you just die quietly. You just die quietly out of hunger. People sleep, they don't wake up. They say he's from their village. It's hunger. They sleep, they don't wake up, and the person is gone. Is he not dead? Is it different from the one that happens at the protest ground? But it's just that we say when there is life, there is hope. That is the ideology. So preserve your life, because when you have the life, you can think of achieving your dream. Yes. Of course, there are fears. But what I'm saying is that whether we like it or not, it's just two things. Either we sit and accept it, or we go out. There are two things. If we sit and accept it, then we die. I don't want to use the word coward, but it looks as if it is. When we go out, we'll be going out to achieve something. Like 50 Cent will say that it's better you die trying. You don't just be without doing anything, even if you don't achieve that thing, but you died trying. You were doing something. So that is just my own. Yeah, I know.
Can I ask you something quickly? Sorry. Can I ask you something quickly?
Yeah, then go ahead.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I want to ask you, would you be, can you die for Nigeria? And is Nigeria worth dying for? Presently now, if they say, Uzo, come and die for the country, would you want to die for? And is Nigeria presently worth dying for? I just want to know.
Yes, for a just cause. Yes. Like I said, I'm an ideologist. I'm an ideologist for a just cause. Yes. What is worth dying for? That is the question. What is worth dying for? That is another question I will ask you. Why did you say is Nigeria worth dying for? What is worth dying for? What is your own? What is the yardstick for knowing what is worth dying for?
No, I asked you the question. You're supposed to be the one to answer me. I asked you, is Nigeria
I told you yes.
Okay.
Of course.
So that means you'll be willing to die for Nigeria now for Nigeria.
Like it or not, yes. Okay. Someone has to. It's not just. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
It is not just about me dying for. It is an ideology that if we don't accept the reality, I'm telling you, it's a reality. If we don't accept it, whether we like it or not, it is the only way. Now, the question is, how are you to die for your cause, for a just cause? You know, let us not say, is Nigeria worth dying for? Let us not put it Nigeria, because when you say Nigeria, you know that it's like a mess. You're not asking me, is it worth dying for? Is it worth dying? Is it worth dying for? Is a mess of a country worth dying for? That is how it looks like. But when you say, is a just cause worth dying for? That would be my question.
Good evening, everyone.
Paul,
Good evening.
yeah, Paul, good evening. Just a moment, please. You will be the next person to speak. Just a moment. If you don't mind muting your mic, let him finish. Uzamaka, thank you for that. I was going to ask you a question, but I will let Paul and Lord speak. Then I will come back because I wanted to ask you, okay, when it comes to the situation of Nigeria, what is a just cause? But let's hear from other people, then we'll come back to you. Thank you so much. Paul, you have the mic now. After you, we'll go to Lord.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, my
Good evening.
people.
We can hear you. Please go on.
Yeah, please. Actually, I'm sorry, I won't be participating because I'm just here to tell you people about my business. Like, I'm into cleaning.
No,
Please.
Paul, you can't do that. I mean, it's not like we won't allow you to advertise, but not at this point. So let's give other people priority. I'll come back to you. This space is not a business space. We have a topic of discussion. I hope you understand that. Lord, please, you have the mic.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I was hearing that some people are talking about dying for Nigeria, dying for Nigeria, dying for Nigeria. The problem is, if you think that you are going to fail before writing an exam, automatically you are going to fail. If you think that you are going to put your life on the line or die for Nigeria or this thing, definitely you don't have any chance of survival because you just see yourself as walking dead already. So I don't see all these protests or this thing. If we are going out with the mind of they are going to kill us, then we are not going to achieve anything. It's just like the fear in the youth. So let me go to the role of young people in shaping Nigerian future. I don't think this should be a role. It should be a task, because the future belongs to the young people. When it comes to Nigerian future, it belongs to the young people. And if you think that we are not ready to take the bulls by the horn, I think we are just going to. I'm just worried we are going to continue living like our parents. Let me just hang on for now.
Okay, thank you so much, Lord. So for you, you think it's not a role. I mean, it's more than a role. It's a task. So Nigerian youth should have the task of shaping Nigerians' future.
Yeah, I'll say 100% yes, and I'll just back it up with little dissing of my own. I think our problem starts from our parents. I'll still say it, because while we were growing up, that we should actually understand, or they should actually train us, make us understand that the future belongs to us. They rather tell us, don't get involved in politics, don't do this, don't do that. Bad people are doing politics or this thing. Everybody will face their way to church, mosque, go and pray. At the same time, those things that they introduced us to pray for are meant to be provided by our government. So politics like this, just one policy like this can actually turn everything upside down. Maybe at some point when our youth actually understand that politics is life, politics is everything, then we'll know what we have to do.
Sorry, Lord. Lord, why do you think that Nigerians have still not hit the street in protest up to now with the current hardship, with the current situation in the country. I mean, a lot of things have gone wrong. Inflation is 33%. You can see we are buying fuel at 750 to 800 per liter. Cost of living is very high. I mean, things are going wrong. Nigeria have never been in this sort of mess before. But then, even at the time like this, Nigerian they are refusing to hit the street. What do you think is the cause, the reason why we are still all docile at our homes, just complaining without taking the necessary step to change the course of this country? What do you think is the reason?
Yeah, bro, Diamond. This thing is very simple. It's just inherited docility. We inherited that. One thing is, if you look at the line of our parents, all these basic education and healthcare actually went down right in front of them, and all of them want to struggle their way out. Send their children to big school to meet up with big people or this thing. We are on the same trajectory to everybody. We are just trying to struggle our way out and japa or just don't care. But we don't see the big picture on it. It's just a inherited docility, bro. We still inherit that
I
from our
I
parents.
disagree with you, and I have my reasons for disagreeing with you. Number one, in 2015, when Jonathan removed subsidy, right? If you can remember, Nigerians came out in mass in 2015. They came out in their numbers. Wait,
No, no,
wait,
no. You mean
wait.
sponsored
Can you
political rally? Sponsored political rally.
I, wait, bro. Okay, even though that
Facts.
one, wait, even though
Sponsored
that one was
political rally.
sponsored, wait, now calm down. Even though that one was sponsored, how about the NSAS? Was it also sponsored?
Yes, bro.
The NSAS was also sponsored
Yeah, yeah.
by who?
Where do you think people see money to uh, buy foods and every other thing that they share on the protest ground?
No, those were willing Nigerians who were willing to contribute, because they were just a lot of Nigerians just brought that money from nowhere. It wasn't sponsored by any person. No one sponsored NSAS. Nigerians were just tired. We are just tired of the killings, that was the
Hey,
reckless
bro.
killings
Do
of
you,
Nigerians by SARS. So it
do
wasn't
you,
sponsored by anybody. Wait, calm down, please. It wasn't sponsored by anybody. If you talk about the 2015 protest, that it was sponsored, is the politically sponsored. I will agree to you to some extent, but not NSAS. However, if it was sponsored in the 2015, what then happened now? The same people that engineered the protest in 2015 are the same people who have refused to say one single thing about the current administration. What do you think is the reason behind it? Because let me cite an example for you. We have the likes of Wisoyinka, who was so powerful in the protest in 2015. If you can remember, he actually spearheaded that protest. But then we see that even up till now, he hasn't said anything about this administration. As a matter of fact, he said that he does, and it's over 1 year for present administration, and he has still said nothing. You understand? So why are these things like this? Why is it in this way? Why is it that people no longer come out when it is necessary?
all right, bro. Let me just say it again. 2015 protest was a political sponsored one. And to answer your question about those people that came out to protest the other time, they are the one in the seat of power right now. See, I'm from Egede State. And like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe less than 1 month ago, we saw Fayemi, former governor of Egede State, that came out to actually said he said what they did in 2011 or 15, and he laughed it to our face as Nigerians. So he actually said they knew what they were doing. So the same people that were actually out there in 2015, they are the same people in the power now.
Okay, so what happened to the opposition now? Why aren't the opposition now standing up and coming up against these people that are in power? I mean, now the opposition now is the PDP and the Labour Party. Why are they not coming up?
Please, can I finish the question that you first asked me?
Okay.
So now this NSAS protest, it's very sad that the military came out and killed hundreds of Nigerian youths. But when you go to a protest ground and you see people doing hip hop entertainment, seems like just like a party. Nobody is angry enough. Nobody is angry enough. If you go back to when we say the first protest I ever experienced in my life was when I was in ESS1 in Ekiti State, and we had to, put the any state or federal vehicle coming, I have to park them. Secondary school students, they came with police shooting tear gas, shooting everything. We went with kerosene because 3 days they said we should not come to school. We keep reporting at the school. The government listened to us and they do what they have to do. So during the NSAS this thing, I was going out and I see people going for walk and protest ground, doing party, doing this thing. I just feel like we are just conquered set of people. I'll just say it. We are just conquered set of people, bro. It's just
Conquered, sorry for putting in. Conquered by who?
by the government now. We are conquered set of people. See, one thing that I will say today, if you check, Nigeria, every Nigerian that owns vehicle, they have what they call road worthiness paper. How many road they okay for when they drive the car? You go pay for road worthiness, you go still get accident with the car. Road safety will give you road worthiness. This thing, they will sit there. You say if you want dodge portal, make you check your side mirror. This, it's just like we don't even know what you are doing.
Okay, loud. Protests to the best of my knowledge is a peaceful one. Radical when you carry out a radical protest, you are actually inviting the government to to apply force and send you back. Protest is our right and it should be peaceful. So to me, and when people go out for protest, they go out, not everyone, you don't expect everyone to be focused when they go out for protest. So you are likely to see those kind of stuff like the hookup and those people that just lose directions. You understand? Those things are likely. However, you can't take away the fact that Nigerians burnt down police stations, right? You can't take away the fact that Nigerians went the extra mile during that NSAS, right? So you don't have to use these ones to just say that Nigerians weren't serious enough during the NSAS. They were actually serious because during the NSAS, a lot of things happened. Nigerians went the extra mile. We burned down police stations. We were burning down so many things, so many properties of the government. You can remember. So Nigerians did a lot during the NSAS, right? So it's a protest that was needed, and we did what was needed as Nigerians.
Okay.
However,
Diamond, sorry if you don't mind me asking, just so you can
okay.
answer it while you're still speaking. Okay.
Okay.
If Nigerians, we did all that during the NSAS, and it was serious. People did what they had to do. What do you think has changed?
Okay, like I said before, what have changed is very simple. Number one, if you can remember how we achieved that NSAS was because we had a unity of purpose, right? We kept aside our differences, right? Our religious differences, our tribal differences, we kept that aside, and we came together as one to defeat SARS, right? Now, what have changed now is that the same youths who carried out that successful protest then are so divided now. right? I feel like the politicians have sowed a seed of division among us, and you can see how that happened during the last election, the presidential election. You can see the seed of division, how Igbos and Yorubas, the tribalism that we have today, we have never experienced that before in Nigeria. So the division now is like never before. So that is one of the things that changed.
Sorry, who told you
Is
we've
that
never experienced this kind of tribalism before? It's just because we just have internet now. This thing
no
has
no
been
no no no
going on for a
no
very
no
long
no.
time.
I don't want to talk. Don't bring the civil war. I don't. The civil war is a different case entirely. So don't bring the civil war. You
No, let
understand?
me just say something.
So apart from that, that's a different
I think I
entirely.
understand the perspective that Lord was coming from. We feel it more now because we have the internet and information is very accessible and very quick. That's what I think, really.
Mr. Diamond, you said
We didn't
Mr.
have
Diamond,
the internet before.
Mr. Diamond, you said I should
Yeah, I'm
not talk
hearing you.
about it. You said I should not talk about the civil war. And you know one thing, one particular problem that we have as Nigerians is that instead of doing justice to something, we prefer to move on. You see, that happened that time. We did not address it. See what happened in 2023. Now we are out there crying that tribalism. Yeah. See, I'm a Yoruba boy from Ekiti. I grew up into all this shit. I grew up into it. I saw it to the extent that they warn me, say, don't marry Igbo girl, don't shake any call, don't shake any call. Everything on the ground since. This tribalism where they see now, where some Yoruba they try to fight all these Ronu people, this thing, no. It's been around for a very long time. Go check Akintola and Awolowo crisis now. Maybe Yoruba, two of them be. We have all these things, but we don't want to see. They used to say something that when there is no justice, there will never be peace. No that one and no peace.
So can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Before I go to what I intend to say, the reason for the NSAS protest was because of people were being killed, right? Now, the same people carried out protest, and the reason for which we went into protest was the reason for which we ran out of protest. So I don't understand. Like, we went into protest because they were killing our young persons unnecessarily. And now when we went to protest, killing made us to do what? To run. There is a problem. There is a problem. And it still goes back to what I'm saying. Ideology. You see, you asked me a question. Mr. Diamond asked me a question. Can you die for Nigeria? You know, put it like this. Can you die for a just cause? Then you understand it. Inherited docility. That struck me very well. In fact, I will use the word now. We are cowards. Pushing. I grew up where the only Igbo person in our compound. So I can tell you the reactions I get from the Yoruba. Shaping Nigeria starts from them liberating themselves mentally. Mental liberation. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. The ideology, that is the number one. It's not all about having youths in the political system. It's about what quality of youth do we have. Nigerian youths are cowards. The America you are all running to. Have you read their history? let me now even respond to Mr. Diamond. The tribalism we are even talking of is not even only between the Igbo and the Yoruba, or the Hausa and the Yoruba. It's not only there. It's not just between them. Even in the East, there's tribalism among the people in the East. There's tribalism among the people in the West. Tribal wars. Why do you have what we call tribal wars? So I'm really surprised. It's as if a lot of us don't even know. That's why some people ask me this shocking question: how did we get here? Are you kidding me? How would you be asking me how we got here? Then if you don't know how we got here, we're just existing. We're not living. We are just existing like every other creature. Like you wake up, you go about your business. You're not even taking note of what is happening around you. That is why you ask me how we got to this point. My brother, tribalism has been in fact, the tribalism is not something we ourselves put there. Before we became a country called Nigeria, the Igbo man was trading with the Yoruba man. The Igbo man was trading with the Benin Kingdom. And there was respect. These things are things put in between us by the British people, and I keep saying it.
Okay.
Now, let me go to what I wanted to say.
Yeah, Uzomaka, please round up in 2 minutes so we can go to realist.
Okay. I was in a space where Aisha Yusuf, and we all know she played a very great role in that protest and such. Then I said that I don't think we can. I asked her a question. What is the next line of action since the obedience didn't get what they want? What is the next line of action? She said they'll wait for 2027. She wouldn't want what happened in EndSARS. She wouldn't want the people to storm the street. And I'm telling you categorically now, if Aisha Yusuf calls for a protest, I'm talking to Mr. Diamond and to whomever persons will think that maybe because the position is fear. If prominent people come out and Aisha Yusuf come out for protest, I've been in spaces on spaces on Twitter. I'm telling you, people will come out. I'm telling you that. I hit the mic.
Excuse me. Can I say something the last speaker, please?
Yes, please. Just use 1 minute and do that. Then we go to realist, please. Thank you.
See, bro, I don't know what can happen in Nigeria, but you have to understand one thing, that Tinubu actually learned from Abacha. Don't get it twisted. That guy learned from Abacha. So all these things not be the people who say Abacha used to they loot money that time in carry they used to loot money now. So the whole thing, the military is all gone, all the forces is gone. So I don't even know what can actually happen in that country like this.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm done. Thanks.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Realist, you have the mic, please. I see your hand up.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Thank you. We can hear you.
Let me borrow the word from the last speaker who said Nigerian youths are cowards. Yeah, I agree with that. Because there are two ways of which you can open a door. It's either you use the key or you force the door to open. So these are the means of which you can open the door when you have difficulties. So I believe during the EndSARS protest, when a lot of youth died, then after that, what happened? Everyone was scared. And I believe after during the election, the last presidential election, when most of the POs, presiding officers on the elections they are youth corpers. So they had the opportunities to turn things around, but they still listen to those old axe men that has nothing to do to the country. So my own opinion, I believe Nigerian youth have no voice, and the only way they can make themselves known is not by peace anymore. Yes, for you to get something, you don't get it easily. Don't think as a Nigerian youth, we just come out and say, let's protest and no. Something was something to happen. Even in civilized nations, go check their history. People died before that place became where it is today. So we just have to come out as Nigerian youth and take it by force. MUST. If they continue saying, let's do this, they continue hiding under social media, people call on radio stations and all that. We're just talking our own because these people realize that these people are just talking. They can't see any signs of action. And to be honest with you, these politicians on ground, they are so fearful. When anything happens, they realize that this thing is, it's totally a threat to their life. What you see is they call for negotiation, and sometimes they even run out of the country. So I just believe Nigerian youth should just wake up and say, okay, enough is enough. Stop giving me, stop dictating for me. Let's make things happen, and that by that way is to take it by force. That's the honest truth. The Nigerian military, they're so lazy. I will not lie to you. The only difference is there between between the civilians and the military is just the arms. And most of the military, they all knew what is going on. So if the Nigerian youth
Are you there? It looks like you're struggling with your network.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So if the Nigerian youth depends on social media and calling on radio stations, complaining and all that, this will continue happening. It will happen till the end of time. There's nothing like we are the future of tomorrow. No future. There's even no tomorrow because these men, they are ready to, as in they recycle themselves. So the only way, from my own opinion, let's take it by force. MUST. Peace or war. We've come out in peace and there's no results. What next is war. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Uzamaka, I see you have your hand up. Please take a minute quickly.
Okay. I really thank the last speaker. I really thank the last speaker. You know, they tried to give us this impression. If you do this, we'll come and arrest you. If you do this, we'll come and pick you up. Whether you within our house or with outside, you all die and die. You are still struggling to survive. You are still struggling to survive. So what is now the need? What is the need? Like the last speaker said, you've come out with peace. And like he said, I agree with him. The fear. And you can't talk of participating. There's a question Mrs. Nkechi asked me. Do we have enabling environment for young people to participate, in their affairs? It might look like, of course, we don't have it. We don't have it. The youth have the platform or the atmosphere to participate, but on a condition. There is a condition. You must be wired according to the system. Then you participate. There's a condition for the youth to participate. But the shaping we are not talking of, the shaping, that atmosphere is not something that is there, but it's something that is needed. And we have to make it. That is what we have to fight for before you can. And like the last week I said, it's a recycling. And this thing happening in this country is not new. It has happened other places. When you have people in power, especially these old people, they want to guard it by force. And that is how it is. So that atmosphere, that is what we have to create before the young people can, and not just any young people, like I said, I repeat, quality young people, and that quality has to do with the mind. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Uzamaka, for that. And I want to thank everyone who has just joined us. We appreciate you being here. Just a quick introduction. I'm just a co-host. I'm not the host. I'm just a co-host. That was a joke anyway. Yeah, obviously I'm the co-host, but the host is Pen Agency News. Pen Agency News is an online news platform, and we basically deal with news, like the name suggests, and information and articles. And we are always on top of what is going on in Nigeria, always updating you with the latest happening in Nigeria. And we would be very, very happy if you could connect with us. We're a growing company, but we're trying our best. Our website is www.penagencynews.com. And if you follow us on Twitter, we do our best to follow you back, sometimes always immediately. Unlike most companies, organizations, they don't follow back. But one of our policies, our social media policies, is that we'll follow back on Twitter, especially, and even on Facebook when we can. We follow back everybody that follows us because we want to connect with you, to that level. So kindly follow us and we will definitely follow you back. If you want to speak, this space will be rounding off in the next 20 minutes because we built it for 2 hours. We started at 6. So if you want to speak, kindly request for the mic. And for the speakers that we have here, I will sort of circle around everyone to give us their final thoughts and before we close the space in the next 19 minutes, actually. I really do appreciate people like Chucky, Ozamaka, Lord, Diamond, Realist. Without you guys, I don't know, I would have sat here all by myself, especially as the host is having problems with their network. So, but you helped me to keep the space alive, and your contributions are really, really very much invaluable. Ndubisi, I can see you. Love Ambassador, Akan, Kinsley. These are people I can see just at a glance. Thank you so much for being here. So, Chucky, you haven't said anything for a while. I don't know if you're still, if you're busy. Chucky, can you hear me? Okay, Chucky might be busy because I haven't heard him say anything for a while. So I'm just circling around now. So Kingsley, thank you for that 100. So we can quickly round off. The first person that I can see is Diamond. Diamond. So please, if you want to give us like a final thought.
Okay, thank you. These my own final thought about the whole thing. I feel like there is still a long way to go in this country, and most especially for the youths. There is a long way to go for the youths because, like some people have rightly said in the space, that the youths are still not ready. I I concur. The youths are still not ready to take back their country from the hands of these evil and wicked politicians that call themselves our leaders. However, um, I think the best thing we can do for ourselves now is to go more deep in sensitizing the youths, because we have more uneducated youths who don't know what is going on in the governance. A lot of youths don't even know that they don't even know what the present administration is doing. They don't even know the embezzlement going on. They don't even know how this government is running the nation, the country. They don't know the mismanagement going on. They don't know the corruption going on. So to them, it has always been like this, and then they can always try to adapt themselves to any situation that they find themselves. So I think a lot of youths are unsensitized because they don't concern themselves with politics. They don't care about politics. They don't want to know about politics. They just want to find a means to survive, a means to feed, a means to eat. So I think they need more sensitization to the rural areas, the communities, the villages. They need to know so that when we come out in mass, against the bad governance, we know that we are coming out to change things once and for all. Because as it stands like this now, if some set of people come out if some set of people come out and say, "Mo, come protest," you will see say now just people will just come out, and at the end of the day, they can achieve nothing. But if we be able to change the mindset of the youths, educate them, tell them that look, this is what is going on. They are embezzling our funds. They are the one. They are the reason why you are in this mess that you are. That the reason why you find it hard to even feed 3 times a day. I mean, you give them reasons. They will see reasons to come out. You understand? Because let me just give one example before I round up. For example, Kano State, for example, do you know that the youths in Kano State, they came out in mass to protest when the Emma of Kano, the two Emma, were having issues. They were fighting each other. The youths came out in mass to protest, but these were the same youths who did not come out when fuel was hiked, when subsidy was removed. When we are complaining about high cost of living, inflation, and a lot of things, these same youth didn't come out. But then suddenly, when the Emmas of Kano started having, when the Emmas of Kano are having, which is more or less a family issue, are having problems, you saw how the youths came out. So you can see that this simply means that those youths, most of those youths, or let me even say all of those youths, they don't know that their problem is the government. Why? Because maybe they have been bought. They have been bought with money or something. Or they have been bought with propaganda. They have been told false things about the government, and so that's the reason why instead of them to come out, with religion as well, with that's why the government can spend 90 billion to subsidize harsh pilgrimage just to buy their mind, just to buy them. You understand? So I think there needs to be a lot of sensitization in the youths, because the youth alone is the only solution to change this country. And if we don't do something about it, I think Nigeria can't make any progress, because these old men, they aren't willing to give us back our Nigeria. That's my own submission. Thank you very much for the time. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much, Diamond. The thing you said about the youth in Kano coming out to protest because of emirs, whatever, but couldn't come out to protest, when it had to do with situations in the country. And one thing that came to my mind at that point is the thing Uzamaka said earlier, which is about ideology. I think I could tie it to that. It's what is more important to them. What is their priority? Probably the country is not part of their priority. Anyway, before I come to Uzamaka, who I know might want to say something about that, we have a new speaker, so I'll quickly take him, Ndubisi, before I could circle around again. Ndubisi, you have the mic, please.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and the host and the co-hosts and the speakers and the listeners. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I've been listening to people that have said a lot, and also they made some points. I just want to add one or two. And also, from what I listened, like the last speaker, he was saying, he started with that some people say that the youth are not ready, and also but I think I have a different view to that. I doubt if that is true, because my own opinion, the youth are ready. In short, they are tired. Nigerian youth are tired. They have tried to come in to see how they can be able to take the country from the people who are departing, trying to force the way the life their future would look like. But they were, in one way or the other, not allowed to be heard. Okay, we have many scenarios where the youth came out, organized themselves, try to see how they can do it with the current technology. They did it many times. But my own point is that the system, when you build a house with a wrong foundation, no matter how beautiful that house is, so far the foundation is not okay, that building cannot stand, no matter how long. Keep cracking. If you keep patching it from anywhere from here to surface the other side of the building, and that is exactly the Nigerian system. So the youth cannot do anything. The last election, made many numbers of youths to give up. I want to use that word, give up. They have given up. Those who can be able to live at the left, those who cannot find the means are here and said, okay, whatever you want to use us to do with us. We are now struggling to see whatever we can be able to get and survive. That's current situation. So, but telling me that the Nigerian youth are not ready, no, I didn't see that, because look at NSAS, for goodness sake. Look at how it happened. The youth came out on their own, organized themselves from WhatsApp group, from Twitter, from Facebook, just like that. And you say those people are not ready? Look at the last election. Look at the youth made that particular, Labour Party obedient. It was about the youth. They spoke from nowhere. So the youth, we are ready, but currently we are tired. Some people might not be happy or hear this, but that's the realistic thing that is happening. So in the coming elections, I doubt if the last election, the number of youth that came out will also happen again. I doubt, because the system made it to be so. They created the gap between the poor and the rich to be very, very far. So for you to be able to protect or to deliver a message for them to hear it, first of all, you have to eat food. You understand? You have to eat food, get ready for whatever that will come out, ahead of you. But the system had made it to be for you to be very hungry, fed up. First of all, you have to eat food. So whatever comes to you. So the example the last speaker gave about the youth that came out to protest about the 2 emirs or whatever, that was just a political arrangement. So you can't be giving example to the youth being ready to that thing they did there. That was just an arrangement for them to just make noise and collect their 500 naira and go home. We all know how they do it. So let's just let's always say the truth, be realistic whenever we're giving an example, and stop making the youth that we have not done. We have not sent the message to these people. In as much as we might have not done enough because of how Nigeria is. The youth in the south, when they want to speak through the protest, the ones in the north will just back up. They will not even care, because the major issue didn't concern them, or the person in power is their own. So don't do anything until he goes. Then the same way, when the north are ready, they start to say, oh no, when we were protesting, it didn't come out. So that's how the foundation is, and it's a political arrangement. It will keep happening like that. So Nigeria is not like North Africa, where they have majority of the religion is almost more than 90%. When they come out, they do whatever they want to do and go. Also the ethnics and all that. It will be difficult for Nigeria to get to that place, for we to have one voice, especially the youths. It will be very, very difficult, because everybody wants his own to be there, or to finish his tenure. Even if he's killing his own, even if he's suffering, he doesn't even care. But my own is there, no problem. Because when your own was there, he did all these things or more than that. So let my own also kill the country. That is the system. So this is what I want to add. Sorry, I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you so much for this topic. And also, I pray that we'll be. I wish we'll be hearing or coming up, frequently as time goes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. We plan to do this 2 times a week. This is our pilot, and it hasn't been bad. As much as our host has glitches with her network, so hopefully we'll find a way to fix that, and so we'll have better experience for next one. And Ndubisi, thank you for your perspective. You brought another perspective. From all you said, I could summarize that you believe that the part of the problems that we have in Nigeria as a country is religion and ethnicity. And these two things would not allow our youth to come together to do what needs to be done. Just in case you want to say anything else on top of that, I would come back to you. But for now, I'll go to Realis, who I see that they have their hand up. After Realis, we'll go to Lord. Remember, we're trying to round off. We should be closing the space in the next 5 minutes, but I'm sure we can chip in a few more minutes anyway, so everybody can have their say. Realist, you have 2 minutes maximum, please.
Okay. I disagree with the word before the last caller. Yeah, that said sensitization. Because everyone in this country is feeling what is happening. I don't have to be sensitized for the current price of fuel. No one have to tell me exactly what is happening. I don't have to be in the political space for me to know that, oh, things are hard and life is unbearable and all that and all that. So a hungry man is an angry man. In as much that the youth, most people are hungry. This is an advantage, as in for everyone to stand up and say, yeah, so as in we can't take it anymore. And we've really tried when it comes to the peaceful aspect of things. It's not working. So what happened in June 12th? You understand? So although that was in a military regime. So but now currently in democracy, if you find out what is happening now in Nigeria, most people just feel like, oh, because of what happened in 2023, the general election, what happened in 2023 will still repeat itself again 2027, either you like it or not. The day Mahmoud Yakub announces that result, that was the day Nigerian youth supposed to stand up and say, no, we disagree with this. But what happened in 2023 will repeat itself 2027. And the only way for that thing not to repeat itself is either you give us the results or we turn this country upside down. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lord. Okay, the next person I can see is, I think Diamond, we've had a Realist, Lord, Ozamaka. Just give us your final words, please. And Doctor, I've been struggling with pronouncing your name, and I didn't want to pronounce. Oh, I think he's gone now. Oh, great. Oh well. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Ozamaka, you have the mic, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I like to recognize the presence of Dr. Ikena. He's
Please
still
say
around.
that again.
Yes,
Please say the name again. Dr.
Oyakena.
I've been trying. That's why I keep saying Doctor.
Oyakena.
Doctor, we recognize your presence. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for following us. We followed you back as well. Thank you.
Speaking of sensitization, I'm happy he's here and he knows. I don't know if he can remember why I'm saying it. There is a movement, there is a gospel going on, I think from his side, if I'm not mistaken, the gospel, a very interesting gospel. And as far as Nigeria is concerned, very, very necessary that is going on from his side. Now, before I give my own summary of my own thoughts on the topic, I would like to Realist, I can't find him. Yes, of course, there's need for sensitization. That's my own view. There is serious need for sensitization because you have someone who knows that he's hungry and knows that fuel is expensive and that the transport he used to take for 100 naira is not 300 naira. He knows well and he feels it. But you have that same person still supporting the government that is making him feel that way. So how do we reconcile that? if it's not about mentality. And I will keep on saying it. What I will say, and I still stand on, we need mental liberation. We need emancipation to liberate ourselves mentally. It's very, very necessary. That is naturally what you expect. That someone that is hungry, that you've stretched someone, what you expect is, oh, enough is enough. But I'm not seeing it. Sorry, permit me to give this account. I like speaking from perspective and being real. 2 persons were on a bike, one a young person, the other an elderly person. Now they brought up the issue of what is happening in the country. Then the elderly one said, that you should give him time, that things will be well, that he will do it. Then the younger person asked him, Baba, have you eaten in Yoruba? He said no. Then he said that was where he ended the discussion. That he didn't even go further. People are hungry, but yet they are still supporting what is happening. So how do you talk about that? It is the mind. It is the mindset. It is in the mind. That is what I would say. So there's really need for sensitization. There's really need for sensitization. Oh, that sensitization that, money is not everything. Oh, you see, when you have good government or governance, look at the benefits. Oh, this is your right. Do you know that an elderly person opened his mouth and told me during the election and told me that, is it my money that these people are stealing? That what is my connection? Like he spoke in such a way that he didn't see any connection between the government of a nation and the welfare of the nation and his own welfare, individual welfare. There was no connection. This is an elderly person. And I'm telling you, a lot of young people have this mentality and thinking. They don't see any connection. The government is a ball game on its own. My life is another one. My development as an individual is different. I fight for that on my own. The government is their own. If I want to join the government, it's another side of the world I join. If I don't want to join, that is sensitive. It's necessary. So that is my own mental emancipation from mental slavery, emancipation from mental decadence. That is my own, and I yield the mic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Uzamaka. Thank you so much again for your time on this space. I really appreciate all your contribution, and thank you everyone who has joined in. Pen Agency, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm
okay,
here.
so do you mind saying your closing remark or anything so we can end it, so you can end the space? Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today, and thank you once again for all your contributions. It still shows that there is still hope, there is still something that we can still do as youth to change this country. I still believe there is hope for us in the future. But then, when is the future and how soon is it going to come? But until we get to that future, I just want to say thank you once again for joining us, and I hope we do this again next week.
Yeah, definitely. We'll do it again next week. Thank you, everyone. My name is Nkechi First. I am the founder of Pen Agency News. That was Mary. Mary is